Greetings and salutations from my little writer's box, quite literally. Let me give you a little taste of the room. There's a cool little window. That's with all my notes, my special apparatus, and obviously the door to get out to the kitchen and the toilets and stuff. Today's video, I want to share with you two important things. Scarcity mindset and the power of what your support can do for yourself. I had the privilege of attending United Players. I've actually got their wristband, you can see it on there, it's the black one. United Players 25th anniversary. Because I have found the incredible human being in Jesse Stewart, I have had the pleasure to get to know this man on a personal level, and it was a true blessing to be part of his 25-year anniversary. He epitomizes the fact that what happens to us in our past does not dictate our future. This man went to jail, he made mistakes when he was a kid. And when he got out, he has decided to dedicate his life to working with kids in the city, specifically in San Francisco, who basically were like him, didn't have access to things and had too much time on their hands, got themselves into trouble. And what he has done is he's created an organization that focuses on, number one, the children and giving them real life examples of what can happen to you if you make the wrong choices, and giving them opportunities to make a better life for themselves. And number two, he works with other guys who have been released from prison who typically are cast out from society because you make a mistake once apparently, and even after you paid your dues, that's not good enough. And I was stunned by the quality of the crowd, and I was also stunned by who was not there. So much so that it stood out to me that scarcity mindset gets you into thinking that just because I don't have X amount of money to donate, that whatever I can give is not worthy, it's not good enough. And also maybe it makes you think that the time that you can give somebody is not enough. Well, firstly, ask the person on the receiving end what that means to them, and you'll very quickly see how powerful your involvement in someone else's empowerment is life-changing. Anyway, so Nancy Pelosi, who is one of the most powerful women in this world, she's known Rudy for many years, and she's worked with him because not only does he do incredible things with the kids, with United Players, but he also doesn't wait for government to make decisions. All these violent acts with guns and things like that, he's not waiting for the American government, the federal government, to make changes to the laws of what must happen. He's already created buybacks in the city, gun buybacks, and even had a rocket launcher that was given back. Their policy was no questions asked. Well, he asked a question and the woman who brought it back said, I thought there was no questions asked. Anyway, but this is an example of us always thinking we have to wait for bigger powers and bigger things to make decisions for us, when the reality is, if your community needs something, don't wait, just do it now. And so Nancy Pelosi is there, who is the Speaker of the House in the Senate, and Mayor London Breed, who actually grew up with Rudy. And when I say mayor, she's the mayor of San Francisco. And to hear these two women with such powerful visions for what they would like where they want this country to go, and how working with Rudy over the past sort of 20 odd years has opened their eyes and how he's helped them, I was getting goosebumps the entire time. And he also showed to me how, all these things are, number one, we can't do them on our own. He's going to be featured on the magazine, a very prominent magazine in San Francisco, and he's actually got his back. And I love his slogan, it takes the hood to save the hood. And he's so incredibly humble. he completely understands that while he's given the credit for starting this and being the leader that's getting all the support, it takes a team of people to be able to make things and visions happen. And he 100% understands, appreciates, and loves the people that he works with. And there's a reason why United Players is doing so well. I'm so proud of Jessie that she has started a program called Read to Build, which works with these kids to incentivize them to read through the summer months and make sure that they become really well read and literate. And in the process are learning to build schools in other countries where they don't have schools. It's just the most incredible program. I'm so proud of her that it's because of that she has now become good friends with this man called Rudy. And in a wonderful show, Tribute of Support, Mayor London Breed actually said that, what is last week? It was the 10th of the 10th, I love it, that it will now be known as Rudy Corpus Day in the city of San Francisco, which everybody just erupted. But everybody in that room had a very deep understanding that that night was a celebration of what takes place 364 days in a year. It wasn't one day trying to fix a problem. It takes a tremendous amount of work, determination, and persistence, and an understanding that you're never going to finish until the last person is being helped and all crime is eradicated and poverty is gone. It's a long way to go for that to happen still, even in America. And it was just a wonderful reminder to me. Number one, like I said, the scarcity mindset, the people that weren't in that room, and I know for a fact are battling, and they all think that only when I have X, then I will donate my time or my money. But the sad truth is, if you can't donate $10 right now with 1,000, what makes you think you're going to donate $1 million when you've got billions in the bank? So yeah, there's a lot of points in this video, and I'm going to write them down. But what really also helps me is seeing what true dedication and commitment is for these past 25 years that he's been there. With Nelson Mandela, obviously his 67 years that he gave for public service. And an amazing story of how one man turned his life around from being in prison and pretty much discarded to coming out and making the most phenomenal changes in other people's lives so that they don't end up in prison like he did. So I am incredibly grateful that through Jessie I have gotten to know Rudy, and will continue to do so in the future. And I'm really grateful for the example that he sets for all of us to follow on how we can just work together more. And I really hope that you found this useful. I hope this gave you some clarity on where you are, and maybe thought about some of the things that have happened in your past. And if you are really looking for more help with this, please reach out to me. Send me an email on andrew@clarity.life. In the word clarity, I is a 1. I'll put it down below as well so you can get a hold of me. Let's work together. Let's get you tackling your dreams, and let's all make this world an enjoyable place and prosperous place for everybody in it. Cheers.